plenty of speculation this week about his future in Miami, trying to finish up the season on a positive note at 8-8. Bill Belichick on the New England sideline. Some think this may be his best coaching performance of his career. They'll have a bye next week and then hoping for big things in a run to the Super Bowl in Dallas. New England won the toss. They've deferred to the second half, so the Dolphins will have the football to start the game. Shane Graham ready to kick it off. Patrick Cobbs is the deep man for the Dolphins. Graham has done a nice job filling in for Steve Gostkowski. These teams met on October 4th in Miami. The Patriots won it 41-14 in a game that was even until halftime, but then the Patriots came out and exploded for 35 second-half points. We're underway. Cobbs out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Chad Henne leads the Miami Dolphins out on offense. Richie comes in with 15 touchdowns and 18 interceptions.
Yeah, Bill, and I think his play this year has been somewhat disappointing when you consider everyone had such great expectations for him after how well he played in his first real opportunity a year ago. Like a lot of young quarterbacks, he's struggling right now with his consistency.
Ronnie Brown, the lone back. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Play action on first down. Henne checks it down to Brown. And out of bounds across the 30-yard line to about the 33. Rob Ninkovich made the stop. Let's take a look at the Miami offensive line. Right tackle Jake Long was named his 3rd straight Pro Bowl this week, but the Dolphins have missed Vernon Carey over on the other side. The backs and receivers, Brandon Marshall's had a nice run here late in the season, coming off back-to-back 100-yard games. Fasano is out. Mickey Schuler started today for Miami at tight end. 2nd and 4 for the Dolphins. Brown, right side, powers his way forward to the 38-yard line. Here is New England on defense. They forced the Bills into 7 turnovers last week. They've gone with a lot of different combinations up front. Wilfork was named to the Pro Bowl this week. Gerard Mayo also has had a Pro Bowl year, one of the most active and productive linebackers in the league. And 2 members of the Patriots secondary were selected to the Pro Bowl. The rookie cornerback Devin McCourty out of Rutgers, who has been outstanding, and the veteran safety Brandon Merriweather. 1st and 10 for the Dolphins. Brown, stop for a loss. Knifing through was Gerard Mayo, always around the football, came in, leading the NFL in tackles with 186 through 15 games.
Yeah, Gerard Mayo, Bill, tackling machine, 186 tackles, twice as many tackles as any other Patriot defender. He makes a lot of negative plays in the backfield.
So a loss of 4. He's spotted back at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 14 for Miami. Opening drive of the game. Henne, short drop, flush from the pocket, and gets rid of it. Kyle Love, the free agent rookie out of Mississippi State, had the pressure.
Well, they run so many screens. They're trying to get that ball to the back, Ronnie Brown, and Chad Henne just doesn't see him. He gets tied up behind an offensive lineman and just throws it in the ground so he doesn't take the sack.
Love started today at nose tackle, had his first career sack last week against Buffalo. So 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 for Miami. Patriots have not allowed an opening drive touchdown since week 17 of last season against Houston. Play action. Henne guns it and picked off. Devin McCourty with his 7th interception of the season. Pass was intended for Brandon Marshall, but McCourty just took it away from him.
Well, they love play action, and just going to try and throw this deep dig route to Brandon Marshall. He actually misses him on the back shoulder. Devin McCourty right there to make the interception, Bill. They've taken the ball away 37 times on defense. They get their hands on a lot of balls.
Well, plus 28 now in turnovers. So they'll start in Miami territory. The Dolphins' 47-yard line. Then Jarvis Green Ellis, right side, cuts it back. A nice pickup on first down to the 40-yard line. Koa Misi made the stop. Tom Brady starting today at quarterback. We'll see how long he goes. Richie hasn't lost a game here in Foxborough since November of 2006.
Yeah, Bill, I think clearly Tom Brady has had an MVP season. His last 10 games, how about these numbers? Over 2,400 yards passing, completing 65% of his throws, and a mind-boggling 24 touchdowns and no interceptions.
2nd and 3, play action. Brady, plenty of time, and finally to the sideline, incomplete. That was intended for Gronkowski, who was already out of bounds. Patriots have been outstanding up front. Logan Mankins missed the first half of the season, but is back in the Pro Bowl once again. Backs and receivers, the Patriots are sitting Wes Welker and Deion Branch. Brandon Tate and Julian Edelman start in their places. So 3rd down for New England after the interception. 3rd and 3. Danny Woodhead in the backfield with Brady. Gronkowski is the motion man. They snap it to Woodhead. Right side, he's got a 1st down and more. Danny Woodhead, nice move down to the 21-yard line. $19 yards on the play.
Well, Danny Woodhead has been an outstanding addition for this Patriots offense, and they get him the ball in a number of different ways. Right here, you see the direct snap. Tom Brady does a great job selling it, and then, of course, he gets out in front of that big offensive line. Very difficult back to bring down in the open field.
Put a nice move on the cornerback, Tyrone Culver. So on 1st down, been Jarvis Green Ellis, and let's take a look now at Gannon's film study.
Well, the Patriots like to run different plays with Danny Woodhead from exactly the same formation. Plays that look the same that are different. They love that inside power play. Then they come back with the option route where they get them matched up on linebackers. Same plays, same formations, similar results.
2nd and a long 2. Jarvis Green Ellis. Green Ellis picks up 1. Paul Soliai came in with 8 tackles for a loss and 2 sacks, made the stop. He's really come on in the second half of the season for the Miami Dolphins.
Well, I talked about what Miami had to do against the Patriots, Bill. You really have to play a mistake-free game. You can't give a guy like Tom Brady in this offense extra opportunities. Short fields, they usually make you pay. They lead the league in turnover differential. They've been outstanding in this part of the field.
3rd and still 2. Showing blitz. Brady changing the play. Stands in. Touchdown. Gronkowski. His 3rd touchdown reception in the last 2 weeks. And that was good for 13 yards from Brady.
Well, they do an excellent job getting the tight ends matched up on linebackers and safeties. You see Rob Gronkowski, his 10th touchdown of the season, and that's what they want to do. They want to get him matched up on a free safety like Chris Clemens. They usually win those battles.
And Gronkowski has had a tremendous rookie year. 10th touchdown reception of the season. The extra point is good by Shane Graham, and with 10:36 left in the first, the Patriots lead it 7-0. The Patriots strike quickly, 13 yards on the pass from Brady to Gronkowski, and Gronkowski, 2nd-round pick out of Arizona, has turned into a beast for the Patriots. Cobbs is the deep man, feels it at the goal line, and brought down hard at the 20. So the Dolphins will come out for their 2nd possession. 7-0 Patriots here in Week 17. The Patriots haven't lost since Week 9 at Cleveland. Miami was eliminated from postseason contention 2 weeks ago with a loss at home to Buffalo. Dolphins take over, 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. Henny stands back, incomplete. Or a loss by the Ravens. As we're back in Foxborough, the delay to Ricky Williams, stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe lost one. And let's take a look now at Gannon's MVPs, most valuable points.
Well, Miami has to continue to get the ball in the hands of their best playmaker, Brandon Marshall, who's coming off a 10-catch, 102-yard performance last week. But after you catch it, you better make sure you hold on to it and brace yourself for impact, because this secondary will rock you, particularly these safeties. They all do a very good job of knocking the ball out.
And the Dolphins in one of those situations that you certainly don't want on the road against the team with the best record in the NFL, a 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. And that goes nowhere. Ricky Williams stopped by Wilfork. Wilfork, the emotional leader of this Patriots defense, named to the Pro Bowl this week for a 3rd time.
Yeah, to be a great 3-4 defense, you need a big nose tackle who can anchor the front. And that's just what Vince Wilfork has done all season. Very disruptive, playing over the center. They'll move him outside as well. He's had a Pro Bowl year.
And we'll see Brandon Fields, who's had a tremendous year, averaging 46 yards a punt. Julian Edelman is back deep for New England, averaging almost 12 yards a return with a long of 42. Calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 34-yard line. So the Patriots will take over 1st and 10 after a 47-yard punt and leading 7-0.
Well, the Patriots like to run different plays with Danny Woodhead from exactly the same formation. Plays that look the same but are different. They love the inside power. Then they get them matched up on these linebackers on these option routes in space and let them go to work. And they come right back with that direct snap, which we saw earlier. Different plays from exactly the same formation with very similar results for Danny Woodhead and the Patriots.
Second possession for New England. Brady starting today. Welker, Branch, and Hernandez all inactive. 1st and 10 from the 34. Brady incomplete. Was trying to hit Algie Crumpler. 4-time Pro Bowler, caught his first touchdown as a Patriot last week against Buffalo.
Well, you look at these numbers here, really amazing. I'm ashamed to be on this list. You look at Tom Brady, 321 passes, Bill. It's incredible. And I think the thing that I like about him, success hasn't changed him one bit. Still as hungry as ever to win, and even more importantly, to do the work necessary to be able to put his team in the position to have a chance each week.
Broke Bernie Kosar's record last week. Fumble on the carry by Woodhead. The Dolphins say they have it, and they do. And that is something the Patriots just haven't done, turn the ball over. Paul Soliai recovered it.
We had the opportunity to sit down with Paul last night. He's a guy that's had an outstanding season in the middle of that Miami defense. You see Danny Woodhead right here. Boy, he just gets level. He never feels the backside. Kendall Langford, and that ball comes out. And as you mentioned, Bill, it's something they haven't done in the last seven games. They've been outstanding with ball security.
They had not turned the ball over since week 9 when Brian Hoyer threw an interception against Cleveland. So the Dolphins will try to take advantage of the turnover. 1st and 10 for the Patriots 34. Henny, plenty of time. Underneath to Marshall. Marshall dives forward to the 28-yard line. Gary Guyton, the inside linebacker, made the stop. The last turnover right there. Brian Hoyer intercepted by Eric Wright in the game at Cleveland.
Yeah, really, more than 430 plays since they last turned the ball over. 11 games this year without a turnover. No one's been better than the Patriots at taking care of the football.
And Tyler Thigpen has checked in now at quarterback. And he's going to run it. In his 4th year out of Coastal Carolina, where he was an outstanding running quarterback, but could also throw. Gerard Warren made the tackle.
Well, just a little change up. They're trying to generate some plays, some big plays in this offense, and that's been a problem for them the entire season. You go back and you look at it, they've only had 9 runs of 15 yards or more this season. And that's a shock when you consider that Ronnie and Ricky have been pretty healthy this year. They have a difficult time getting the ball downfield.
3rd and 1 for Miami. Offset eye, Brown the deep back. They give it to Polite, and he's got a 1st down for Miami. Saka Polite, who came in with 36 touches on offense, scored the first rushing touchdown of his career last week against Detroit.
Well, just a little inside trap to Lou Polite. He's been very good in these short yardage and goal line situations that's usually when he gets his opportunities.
It moves the chains, so 1st and 10. The football just inside the New England 22-yard line. Midway through the first quarter. Brown and Williams are both in the game. Ronnie Brown running the Wildcat. Keeps it. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. That fooled no one. Rob Ninkovich made the stop. He was originally a 5th-round draft pick by the Saints. Played for the Dolphins back in 2007, and the Wildcat has not been so wild recently.
No, the production on a steady decline, and I think what happens is you've seen a lot of defenses really zero in on this, and as a result, you're seeing less and less of it. You look at the production, just 3.4 per attempt, just the 1 touchdown this season. It's not been as good for the Dolphins.
So a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 for Miami. Marshall, the motion man. Henny. They run the slant behind Devon Best, who couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. Well, when the Dolphins and the Patriots met in Foxborough in week 3 of the 08 season, the Dolphins Wildcat was introduced. Ronnie Brown rushed for 113 yards and 4 touchdowns. The Dolphins as a team rushed for 216 yards as the Dolphins ran all over the Patriots that day, winning 38-13.
And the key is when you see it, you need to handle it. If not, you're going to expect to see heavy doses of the Wildcat.
3rd and 11. Henny up the sideline. Tipped away, intended for the rookie Marlon Moore. Devin McCourty had outstanding coverage.
Well, this is a great job by Devin McCourty. He gets a good jam at the line of scrimmage, and then he's right in position here to make the play. They almost run out of room in the back of the end zone. A wasted opportunity. Bill, you're not going to get a lot of opportunities. The Patriots don't make a lot of mistakes, but when they do, you have to capitalize.
So we'll see Dan Carpenter on to try a field goal from 40 yards out. And he hooked it. So no points after the fumble for the Miami Dolphins. The Patriots still lead at 7-0. We're back in Foxborough, and after the missed field goal by Carpenter, the Patriots take over. 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Jarvis Green Ellis, this whole right side, battling for extra yardage across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Rashad Jones finally brought him down.
I really got a kick out of talking to Ben Jarvis Green Ellis the other day, Bill, about ball security. You know, he's never fumbled the ball on a touch from scrimmage, and you ask yourself why. He said to us, you know, if you turn it over in practice, you don't get a chance to play in a game. And it's nothing personal. It's pretty straightforward. If you don't take care of the football here in New England, you don't play.
2nd and 3. Good strike out to Edelman. A 1st down and more for the Patriots. Julian Edelman, in his 2nd year out of Kent State. Cameron Wake finally brought him down again.
Bill McAtee and Rich Gannon.
All right, JB, thank you very much. They fake the reverse, and then they swing it out to Edelman. Edelman's got plenty of running room. What a tremendous effort, and he stopped just short of the goal line by Rashad Jones.
Well, what's impressive about this is Julian Edelman is really the 3rd receiver in the progression. Tom Brady wants to throw the ball downfield, but when it's not there, he kicks it wide to Julian Edelman. Watch him. Now he's a traffic cop. He's got his tight end Gronkowski out there making a block. No, Wes Welker not up. Julian Edelman really taking advantage of these opportunities.
Neither Welker nor Branch are active today, but Jarvis Green Ellis, left side, touchdown Patriots.
Bill, we talked in the open about how the running game was really coming on. They ran for a season-high 217 yards last week. Good job with the kick out. You see Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. He's been running with power and having an outstanding season. He's very close to 1,000 yards.
Julian Edelman, who had the 40-yard reception, came in with just 4 catches for 14 yards all season long. Graham on to try the extra point, and it is a 14-point lead for New England with 4:12 left to go in the first. Another impressive drive by the Patriots. Julian Edelman, who had the 40-yard reception to set up the touchdown by Ben-Jarvis Green-Ellis, his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. 4:12 left to go in the first. Fielded by Cobbs. Brings it out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Miami trying to get something going on offense. Ricky Williams is in the backfield. They give it to Williams. Picks up maybe 2. Well, CBSSports.com is streamlining its award-winning fantasy games to create an even better fantasy experience. Go to CBSSports.com/sneak preview to sign up for an alert when fantasy games launch. It's hard to believe that the Patriots saw that playoff graphic. Patriots have been a team in transition. They've had 23 first or second year players on their 53-man roster. Their top 2 running backs undrafted free agents. They've had a number of rookies make significant contributions on defense. Ronnie Brown to the 32-yard line. Kyle Love made the stop.
Well, as you look at the shell of this New England defense, they have the luxury right now of playing 2-deep coverage and stopping the run with the front 7. And that's going to make it very difficult for Chad Henne to throw the football. They get a good pressure package with their front 7, and they are able to keep those safeties back there to help out with these corners on a receiver like Brandon Marshall.
3rd and 5 for the Dolphins. Empty backfield. Henne got rid of it. First down and more. Marlon Moore, the rookie out of Fresno State, with the catch. Devin McCourty made the tackle. That was good for 17 yards.
And this is what they need. They need to hit some crossers versus man-to-man coverage. You can see McCourty there trying to catch up. But that's what they've not been able to do. You look at the problems that they've had in the passing game. Chad Henne, his ball location, his accuracy has been a little bit of an issue here the last month.
Marlon Moore came in with 4 catches for 82 yards, including a 57-yard touchdown against the Raiders at the end of November. Henne. Roberto Wallace, the rookie out of San Diego State, with the catch at the close of the regular season. Ricky Williams, great penetration once again by New England, and we have a flag on the play.
Holding offense number 88. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
We call it on Jerron Master, the tight end.
Yeah, Bill, you're mentioning New Orleans. That's not a team I'd want to play in the playoffs right now. They're getting healthy at the running back position. And you look at the way the defense played. I was really impressed with what I saw against Atlanta on Monday night last week. They kept Matt Ryan under 150 yards through the year. They held Michael Turner to less than 50 yards rushing. New Orleans, obviously, defending world champs. I think they're playing their best football late in the season.
They spotted back at about the 45-yard line. The Dolphins were penalized 63 yards last week against Detroit, but still came in as the least penalized team in the league. Ricky Williams in the backfield. Henne will throw, incomplete over the head of everyone. Brandon Marshall, the intended receiver. 3rd and long for Miami, 3rd and 13. Henne from the shotgun with time to the sideline, caught by Marshall. Brandon Marshall, and he has a first down at the 40.
Well, Brandon Marshall has really played some good football here the last month since coming off of that hamstring injury. And he's a big-bodied receiver, and that's good for a quarterback like Chad Henne. When we talked to Tony Sperano about him last night, he said, you know what? He's one of those receivers, a lot like Calvin Johnson, that when they're covered, they're not really covered. They can still make plays on the football, and I think that's the big thing with Chad Henne right now. You have to give Brandon Marshall opportunities in the passing game.
15-yard pickup on 3rd and 13. They toss it back to Ricky Williams. Cuts it back inside. A couple of tough yards for Ricky Williams in his 10th year out of Texas. Came in averaging 4.5 yards a carry for 668 yards and 2 touchdowns. And with that, he passes the great Larry Zonka for most rushing attempts in Miami history.
You know what's surprising when you look at these two backs? Neither have gone over 100 yards this year. surprised when you think about the production from the offense.
So that's the end of the first quarter. The Patriots lead it 14-0. We saw the training staff examining Danny Woodhead earlier. Now we get word that he has a head injury and his return is questionable. As we start the second quarter, 2nd and 7 for the Dolphins at the New England 36-yard line. Penny, short drop to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Devon Bess.
Well, I mentioned the communication, I think, has been a bit of an issue when you look at the problems that they've had in the passing game. I think it starts with the offensive line, the protection scheme. It starts with the quarterback and the receivers not necessarily being on the same page. Bill, we saw an interception last week. Chad Henne thinking that Mickey Schuler, his young tight end, was going to continue to run. He sat down in zone coverage, and it resulted in an interception. They're not on the same page.
Ball is actually at the 37-yard line. 9th play of the drive coming. Showing blitz. Here they come. Henne sacked. Swarming Patriots defense. Gerard Mayo was the first one there.
Well, they crowd the line of scrimmage. You see both linebackers up in that A-gap there, and there's Jared Mayo. I mean, he just keeps fighting. They try and cut him. You can't cut a linebacker like Mayo. He's just going to get up and make a play.
He had his second 19-tackle game of the season 2 weeks ago against Green Bay. Named to the AFC Pro Bowl squad this week for the first time, so Miami will have to punt. Edelman back deep. High punt. Edelman calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 11-yard line, and that is where the Patriots will take over. 1st and 10, a 33-yard punt. 14-0 New England. We're back, and there is one of the great gentlemen in all of sports. It really is remarkable to think about the success the Patriots have had under Mr. Kraft. They've now won the AFC East 7 of the last 8 seasons, gotten to the playoffs 8 of the last 11 years, 4 Super Bowls, 3 World Championships. First down for the Patriots, incomplete, intended on the check down to have been Jarvis Green Ellis.
Yeah, you think about Robert Kraft, Bill, and you know he's helped build a winner here in New England, and the 12th playoff berth in 17 seasons since he purchased this team in 1994, and he's got a pretty good head coach to boot.
Well, the Patriots are trying to win at least 14 games for the 4th time under Bill Belichick. They went 14-2 in 03 and 04. Of course, the perfect regular season in 07. And every year that New England has won 14 games, they've gone to the Super Bowl. And Jarvis Green Ellis brought down at the 12-yard line by Paul Soliai.
I'm curious to see how long Tom Brady plays in this ball game, and you know, that's Bill Belichick, and I know that's something you struggle with as a head coach. You know, you already have one player out, Danny Woodhead. You lost maybe your best offensive player at the time a year ago, Wes Welker. They lost him the last game of the season. You have to be smart with these players.
3rd and 10. Brady. Morris. And Morris is upended short of a first down at the 20-yard line by Vontae Davis.
Well, that's what the Dolphins want to do. They want to make Tom Brady throw the ball quick. And we sat down with Jeremiah Bell last night. He said, you can't show your hand early with a quarterback like Tom Brady. We're going to have to disguise our intentions as long as possible. But he does such a great job previewing the front and coverage and getting the ball out quick. It's going to make it difficult for this Miami defense.
326 passes now for Brady without an interception. Mesco is on. Devon Bess is back deep for the Dolphins. They could have pretty good field position here. Fair catch made by Bess at the 33-yard line. A 47-yard punt. 14-0 Patriots here in week 17. Back in Foxborough, and Tyler Thigpen is checked in at quarterback for the Dolphins as they start 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Trailing 14-0. 12:50 left to go in the opening half. Offset eye. Ronnie Brown is the deep back. Give it to Brown. with some running room and a nice pickup out across the 40, close to a first down. And coming up on the Sprint halftime report, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights from the final week of the regular season. That's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. First and 10 for Miami. Ball spotted just short of the 44-yard line. Numbers for Tyler Thigpen this season. Came in 23 of 41 for 266 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Brown wrapped up at about the 46-yard line. And Chad Henne-Rich, he has struggled not just today, but really throughout the season.
Well, he's missed some throws and some critical throws that you have to make. You can't start games by throwing it to the other team, and it's been a problem for him the last couple of weeks, Bill, the turnovers. And I thought for a second when we saw the change at quarterback with Tyler Thigpen that it was temporary. Something tells me it may be a permanent switch with Thigpen playing for Henne the rest of the day.
Moore is in motion. Second down. Thigpen up the sideline. Miscommunication and complete. Marlon Moore. Initially, it looked like he was going to go after Devon Bess, but Bess had stopped. And Moore was the intended receiver, covered by Patrick Chung.
Well, you got to give the receivers a chance. I like it, but a better throw gets it done here. You can't throw it behind a player like Marlon Moore. There's plenty of grass out in front. Go ahead and throw it. Let him run under it.
So third and long for Miami. They had a great opportunity in the first quarter after the Patriot fumble. New England's first turnover since week 9, but they missed on a 40-yard field goal attempt by Carpenter. Third and 8 for the Dolphins. Thigpen, lots of time. That was almost picked off, incomplete. Darius Butler had a real opportunity at a pick. Miami will have to punt.
Get a good look at Brian Hoyer there. I'm sure that he's going to get an opportunity maybe before halftime to play.
Fields on to punt. Standing back at the 31. Edelman from the 11. Julian Edelman. Bottled up and brought down at the 15, 16-yard line by Nate Ness. A 44-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Tom Brady remains in the game. The Dolphins with only 68 yards on offense in 27 plays. New England first and 10 from their own 16. Morris is in the backfield with Brady. They give it to him on the delay. Falls forward to the 18-yard line. Jeremiah Bell made the stop, and that's pretty impressive when you think about the numbers from Tom Brady. He's thrown 25 touchdown passes, Rich, since his last interception.
Yeah, nothing correlates more to winning than taking care of the football. And you look at that list of quarterbacks. I mean, that's quite a group. I mean, they're all Super Bowl winners. Tom Brady, 326 passes, Bill, without an interception. He does a great job taking care of the ball.
Adding to his NFL record, play action. Brady, lots of time, goes underneath to Jarvis Green Ellis. Green Ellis stopped about a yard short of a first down by Cameron Wake.
Well, Tom Brady learned a long time ago that you never go broke taking a profit. I think why he's always had a high completion percentage is right there. I mean, he doesn't force throws. If it's not there, he's willing to check it down.
Came in as the NFL's highest rated passer with over 3,700 yards, 34 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. Keep it on the ground. And this will depend on the spot. Morris got the carry. As they unpile. And it's a first down.
Well, sudden change at quarterback. Brian
Hoyer is checked in.
Yeah, Tom Brady out right after a first down.
Hoyer signed by the Patriots as an undrafted free agent in April of last year. Came in without a completion on the season. Morris Out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Bell again made the tackle.
And you know, there's a method to his madness. You think about Bill Belichick. It would have been so much easier for a young quarterback to make the change in between the series. Have him get some snaps with the center. Have him go play catch on the sideline and warm up. But that's probably not how it's going to happen in a real-life situation. And so what do? They stick him in there right in the middle of the series.
Ryan Hoyer at quarterback for the Patriots. 2nd and 3.
If you want to see how the young quarterback responds.
Penetration before the snap and whistles.
Encroachment, defense number 96. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Paul Soliai, and yes, this would count as encroachment.
Yeah, and if you're a defensive lineman going up against this offense, you have to be patient because there's a lot of communication that goes on at the line of scrimmage. They have a check with me system, a lot of changes in terms of the running game, the protection plan, and the passing game. They put a lot of responsibility on these quarterbacks.
Soliai in his 4th year out of Utah, 4th-round pick in 07. He has played well. First down, Hoyer. And he was hit as he threw it, and that was almost picked off. Well, thought the fantasy season was over? It's not. Play NFL.com Playoff Challenge today. You could win a trip to Super Bowl 46 in Indianapolis. Sign up for free at NFL.com/fantasy or search NFL Playoff Challenge.
That's one place that guy doesn't like to be on the sidelines watching. Hasn't done a lot of it in his career.
2nd and 10. Hoyer played 5 games last year, was 19 of 27 for 142, rushed 10 times for 25 yards and a touchdown. Dolphins come on the blitz, and Hoyer's able to get rid of it, throws it away over the head of Taylor Price.
And I think you're going to see a different game plan now that Tom Brady's not in the game. You're going to see more pressure. I don't think Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator in Miami, is as concerned with a quarterback like Brian Hoyer changing as much the line of scrimmage. I think they cut back on the volume with the younger quarterback.
Look at Brady on the sideline. They're still very much involved in what's happening on the field. 3rd and 10 for the Patriots. They lead it 14-0. Just over 8 minutes left to go in the half.
Look at how Miami's crowding the line of scrimmage.
And the Patriots take a timeout. 8:18 left to play in the half. 14-0 New England. We're back, and so is Tom Brady on 3rd and 10. Back on the field for the Patriots.
He got tired of watching.
Checking the coverage. Changing the protection as well. 3rd and 10. Brady gets rid of it, but at the feet of Sammy Morris, incomplete. And New England will have to punt.
Well, they get good pressure. That's the one thing the Dolphins do a nice job of. Just a 3-man rush, but you can see it off the edge there. Of course, Randy Starks able to come off that block up inside and make the play on Tom Brady when he steps up.
Starks, the defensive end in his 7th year out of Maryland, came in with 5 quarterback pressures and 3 sacks. So 4th and 10 for New England. Devon Bess back deep for Miami, standing at his own 16-yard line. Let's go. Nice punt. Fair catch made by Bess at the 13-yard line. Tyler Thigpen remains in the game. They give it to Ricky Williams. Some tough yards inside for Williams. Gerard Mayo led that charge for the stop.
Well, they do a great job with their defense, and I think they use a number of different players. I mean, it's about the scheme and the personnel. They fit so well together, and you know, when players go down, they expect the young players to step in and contribute, and that's what's happened all season for this defense. It's a defense that's gotten better during the course of the season.
2nd and 8 for Miami. They have generated very little offense today. Thigpen is going to try to take off. but stopped for a loss. Rob Ninkovich in pursuit. Well, ring in the new year with a new episode of TV's #1 new drama, Hawaii 5-0, and an all-new Monday night right here on CBS, America's most watched network.
Well, you can't hold the ball against this defense, and you're not quite sure from an offensive perspective what you're going to get week to week from this New England defense. Very game plan specific. The plan is tailored to each opponent.
Well, after the sack by the former Dolphin, 3rd and long for Miami, 3rd and 11 from their own 12-yard line. Thigpen stands in, center of the field. And a nice grab by Marlon Moore. Ball is loose, but they're going to say he was down. Good concentration by the rookie out of Fresno State to bring it in.
Really an incredible throw there by Tyler Thigpen. And Bill, as I was looking at this ball come out of his hand, I thought it was going to get intercepted. We refer to this as cover 3. 3 of their defenders around 1 receiver, and he still finds a way to fit that ball in to Marlon Moore. That's a scary throw right there.
That was good for 29 yards and a first down for Miami. Biggest play of the game for the Dolphins from their own 41. Again, Tyler Thigpen at quarterback. Chad Henne's on the bench. He did start. Out route to Wallace. And Wallace is about a yard short of a first down. Kyle Arrington, the right corner, made the tackle.
Well, they have some bigger, taller receivers, and they told us in the production meeting last night that they like these matchups against the smaller corners. You think about all 3 corners for New England, McCourty, Arrington, and Butler, all 5'10" players. Even a guy like Brandon Marshall, he's 6'4". These receivers have some height advantage. Your quarterback's going to have to give them a chance.
Roberto Wallace is the rookie out of San Diego State. So the ball just into New England territory. Thigpen on the option. Still on his feet and finally brought down at the 41-yard line. Some tough running by the quarterback, Tyler Thigpen. Darius Butler finally made the stop.
And a little different wrinkle, something that New England hasn't prepared for. And this is what Tyler Thigpen gives you. He's a very good running quarterback. He's more apt to pull it down and make some plays with his legs than is Chad Henne.
Another first down for Miami. On the move, trailing 14-0. Inside of 5 minutes left to go in the half. Williams. And the Patriots are saying the ball was loose, and they have it. They'll unpile at the 40-yard line, and it is a turnover. The Patriots have the football.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. It's incredible. This team works on ball extraction. You got a great example of it right there. Eric Moore, he sticks his hand in and rips that ball out from Ricky Williams. You're going to see that right hand come in. Ricky never feels him on the backside. Bill, their 38th takeaway. It's incredible. And off of that, the New England offense has scored 140 points off of turnovers. It's incredible. The defense has been outstanding here in New England.
Rob Ninkovich recovered the fumble. Eric Moore, who started today at outside linebacker, stripped it away. So Brady remains in the game. 1st and 10 for the Patriots 41. Jarvis Green-Ellis, hole on the left side, and a nice pickup. Out close to the 48-yard line, Jeremiah Bell made the stop.
Well, you know, you look at the running game get going, and you don't lead the league in scoring and have a quarterback who's thrown 35 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions without having a very strong group up front. The Patriots' offensive line has been outstanding the entire season.
Patriots tied a franchise record with 4 fumble recoveries last week against Buffalo. 2nd and 3 for New England. Short drop for Brady. Slings it out to Gronkowski, a first down and more. The big tight end rumbles down close to the 20-yard line.
You know, it's amazing as you watch Tom Brady, his ability to set work one side of the field. Watch him work to his left. It's not there. He resets, he shuffles his feet, he steps back, and he makes a perfect throw to his tight end, Rob Gronkowski.
Well, they end up spotting it back at the 24-yard line after a pickup of 28. Green Ellis alone in the backfield. Patriots up by 2 touchdowns, looking for more here late in the second quarter. Green Ellis.
You know, people worry about Tom Brady and the health factor. I think it's important that Tom Brady play through the first half of this football game. Remember, they're going to have the bye. I think momentum is important as you head into the playoffs. I think they'll be smart with him. We'll see some of him maybe to start the second half, but that's it. Tom Brady does a great job getting rid of the football and not taking unnecessary hits.
2nd and 6 for New England. Brady from the shotgun. Dolphins showing blitz. They don't come. Underneath, Gronkowski again. Rookie tight end has had a big day. Tim Dobbins finally brought him down and close to a first down.
Well, we talk about Tom Brady. I think the communication to me is outstanding when you listen to all that goes on at the line of scrimmage. He's changing protections. He's pointing out the mic so the offensive linemen know who to block. He's alerting the receivers where the quick answer throw has to be based on the coverage. It's amazing what he does. He has an offensive line that gives him the luxury to sit back there in the pocket.
So we've reached the 2-minute warning. Patriots dominating so far. 2 minutes left in the half. The Patriots looking to extend their lead. 1st and 10 from the Miami 14-yard line. Sammy Morris with a nifty little move. And brought down at the 10. And don't forget, coming up on the Sprint halftime report, in Week 17, join JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher for all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Sprint halftime report. 2nd and 6 for New England. Patriots looking to head into the postseason riding an 8-game winning streak.
Yeah, and you think about the formula for success, it's pretty simple, Bill. I mean, it's a really smart football team. They don't make very many mistakes, very few penalties, and they understand the importance of taking care of the football. You look at that, just 10 turnovers all season. Bill Belichick, he puts that graphic up each week so that his team realizes the importance of taking care of the football.
2nd and 6. Green Ellis, the lone setback. Crumpler was in motion to the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Brandon Tate. Sean Smith, the 2nd-year corner out of Utah, had some pretty good coverage.
Well, Tom trying to throw this back shoulder throw to Brandon Tate, just misses him. Pretty good coverage there. Tom Brady has not missed a lot of those throws. They have been a very good team in the red zone.
Earned a spot in the Pro Bowl announced this week for a 6th time. 3rd and 6 for New England. Morris comes back as an extra blocker. Brady from the shotgun. Back out of it. They just rushed 3. Brady checks it down incomplete. Morris was the intended receiver. So we'll see the field goal unit.
You know, what's interesting is you got Julian Edelman out there. You got Taylor Price. You got Sammy Morris. A lot of players that haven't had a ton of snaps this season with Tom Brady. You can see a little bit of indecision, not something we normally see out of Tom Brady.
So Shane Graham is on to try the field goal. He's from 28 yards out. 10th season in the NFL. He's been with 7 different teams. On its way and good. He has made now 12 straight field goal tries since joining the Patriots when Gostkowski went down with a season-ending quad injury. We're back. Graham kicks it off. Cobb's the deep man. Short kick fielded at the 12. Cobb's trying to get to the outside. That opening closed quickly. 1:35 left to go in the opening half.
Sometimes when you're struggling on offense, a big play in the return game can be just the thing you need to get you going.
Tyler Thigpen back out. He was acquired from the Chiefs September of last year in exchange for a 5th-round draft choice. Former starter with Kansas City. He's the Chiefs starting quarterback in 2008 out of Coastal Carolina. Offset eye. Brown is the deep back. First down, play action. Thigpen under pressure, able to keep his feet. Guns it to the sideline, caught by Bess. Devon Bess has a nice pickup. Out to the 44-yard line. Dane Fletcher, the outside linebacker, made the tackle, but they're going to bring it back.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Well, the Patriots are going to have to be very conscious in their rush lanes with a quarterback like Tyler Thigpen. He will pull it down, Bill, as you mentioned. It's a lot more mobile.
Well, in college at Coastal Carolina, he rushed for over 1,600 yards, 13 touchdowns. Threw for over 6,500 yards with 53 touchdowns and 25 interceptions during his college career. So after the penalty, 1st and 15 for Miami. Thigpen straight back. Goes underneath to Bess, and he's brought down immediately by Darius Butler. Butler in his 2nd year out of UConn, 2nd-round pick in 09. Dolphins up in a hurry, running the 2-minute offense. Just over a minute left to go in the half. Thigpen lots of time. Finally decides to run it. And brought down at the 33-yard line. Dane Fletcher again made the stop.
You know, it's amazing. You start looking at the amount of times Tyler Thigpen kept patting that football. Great coverage down the field.
Dolphins take a timeout, 45 seconds left to go in the first half. The 2-minute offense has not been a highlight for the Dolphins, especially in the second half where they've run it 8 times and ended up with 5 interceptions and no points.
Yeah, they struggled there, Bill. They've had changes up front. Changes at the wide receiver position as well haven't helped.
3rd and 2, and whistle before the snap.
Charge timeout, New England.
Patriots take a timeout. After the New England timeout.
Yeah, they wanted to get a look at the formation, Bill. Bill Belichick waited to see Miami line up before he called that timeout. Wanted to see what personnel was on the field.
Patrick Cobbs is in motion, so an empty backfield on 3rd and 2 for Miami. Thigpen, incomplete. And that hit Mickey Schuler in the face mask. So it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we talk about timing and rhythm in the passing game and how important it is. You see Tyler Thigpen, a new quarterback in the game. You have a tight end who hasn't played a lot of snaps this year. The ball comes out early. These tight ends have to see the ball coming out of the break.
See how aggressive New England is here when they get the football, leading 17-0. Edelman back deep. Retreats from the 6. Dodges one man. Still on his feet. He's loose. Julian Edelman. Will they catch him? No. Touchdown, New England. 94 yards.
Well, Bill, you go back to the first meeting, they scored 35 points in the second half, an NFL record, 6 different ways in that game. You give Julian Edelman extra opportunities, he just separates great blocks down the field, and now no one's going to catch Julian Edelman. As I mentioned, Bill, they scored 6 different ways the first time these two teams got together. A rushing and passing touchdown, an interception return for touchdown, a block punt, a field goal for touchdown, and a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Rashad Jones had a chance to bring him down early, but couldn't do it, and a touchdown for Edelman. 94 yards, and the extra point is good by Shane Graham. 24-0 Patriots.
Well,
The longest punt return in Patriots history, Rich.
Yeah, you talk about out-kicking your coverage, and that's what happened here. And, of course, Julian Edelman, very patient. He works all the way back across the field. Carpenter's not going to make that play. Lou Polite's not going to make that play. Just a great run by Julian Edelman.
Edelman in his second year out of Kent State, 7th-round draft pick last year, and he had a big reception early that led to the first Patriots touchdown. So a big day for the young man out of Kent State.
Kind of got that Tom Brady haircut thing going, doesn't he?
There you go.
It's not a bad guy to emulate.
So 24-0, all Patriots here in the first half.
And they just hurt you so many different ways. You think about the success the Patriots have had this year. We know about the great offense. They take the ball away on defense, and they have the ability to score in the kicking game.
Marlon Moore is the deep man now for the Dolphins. Standing back at the 2-yard line, waiting the kickoff from Shane Graham. We've got a timeout on the field. Or a loss by the Baltimore Ravens, who are at home against Cincinnati. Moore fields it at the 9. And brought down at the 27-yard line. Well, the biggest event of the new year begins with a single step. Join Paula Abdul for the premiere of Live to Dance. Tuesday, only on CBS, America's #1 network. Chad Henne is back in the game now at quarterback. 13 seconds left to go in the half.
Now I'm confused. Honestly, I have no idea what they're doing.
Spotted at the 26-yard line. Henne rolling out, has to get rid of it. 8 seconds left in the half. Pressure came from the rookie out of Montana State, the free agent Dane Fletcher.
Dane Fletcher had an interception last week, and even the young players, when they get an opportunity to play, they know what to do. They show up and they make plays.
Perhaps the last play of the first half. Check it down to Ronnie Brown. Trying to find some running room. And out of bounds. That will be the end of the first half with the score of the Patriots 24, the Dolphins nothing. An impressive first half for the New England Patriots. Again, the Dolphins unable to generate anything on offense. So that's the end of the first half. Our score 24-0, and we'll be back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.